New evidence released in court today against a local caretaker accused of kidnapping a woman and forcing her to work. Now prosecutors say Saquanna Thorpe threatened at least 2 women.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I just hit top bottom of the video. It's gonna hop right into it. So, real quick, quality might be a little different. Like I said, MacBook gave out on me, so I've been doing it straight off the iPhone. We might actually have some hope with that, so we might be getting back to the regular shit sooner rather than later. Keep y'all posted on that. But today we'll be doing another North Carolina story. I said I might give y'all a few extra ones just because, last week shit was fucked up. So, fuck it. So, today we'll be doing one right out of my hometown of Raleigh. So, today we'll be talking about a Saquanna Thorpe. Now, if you have been in the Raleigh area for a while, you might be familiar with his name because as I looked into it, she has a very, very, very long rap sheet. But we're going to get into that later. So, first thing, what we're going to do is talk about what she is in trouble and for now. So, Saquanna Thorpe is currently 41. If you look at a couple things, I know WRL has their up there as 31. She's actually 41. If you look at her, you'll think she's 41. But they're all, like I said, she has a long rap sheet, so her other things show up. She's 41, basically what I'm saying. You can add up the ages from there, but we'll get into that. So, currently she's being charged with kidnapping, involuntary servitude, and assault. What they are accusing her of is Thorpe, who is, a medical technician, is accused of now not allowing a now 61-year-old woman to leave a house on Missouri Court in Raleigh, where allegedly the woman was forced to cook and clean without pay. One, I will say Missouri Court, South Raleigh. If you go look, because I found a list of her addresses, like I said, I'll get into all that later. She's been all over South Raleigh. So this is, South Raleigh's kind of her thing. If you didn't know, I'm from South Raleigh. Even got it tatted on me. So this is a very funny case. It's not funny for the victim, but it's interesting on who she is as a person. I would say so. They're also accusing her of threatening to kill the victim and failed to render aid after burning both of the woman's arms in April of 2023. She told law enforcement that this defendant took both her arms and held them over a stove, causing burn injuries. This is a situation where the victim suffers from a mental illness and enter into agreement to live with the defendant and her at the defendant's sister paid them rent and then babysit the defendant's sister. Saying the living situation between Thorpe and the victim eventually turned into involuntary servitude, with the victim only having access to her ID, social security cards, and financial cards when 2 of them went to the store. The victim reported several instances of abuse besides the incident where her arms were burned. So she said she explained details of not being allowed outside the house, being severely beaten in the past, having been threatened with a gun, threatened by the thought by the defendant that other people would hurt her. Now, threatened with the gun is interesting because, like I said, Rapsheet, Thorpe has some history of this. So, and it said, and she was denied medical treatment to include mental health medications back then. December 2023, at an apartment on Johnson Street in Garner, which is crazy because I know where all these places are at. Thorpe had 2 women at gunpoint and threatened to harm them if they ever locked another door in Saquanna's home. And they also said that the court, there's a picture of Thorpe holding a gun that matches the description given by the women. There's a video of the defendant confronting the victim about telling people that she hits her, saying nobody slaved you. There's also surveillance video with the defendant threatening to beat the victim, yelling at her, and then she watches the camera, threatens to beat the victim's head into the wall and demeaning her on video. And it also says a search warrant of the defendant's phone resulted in finding a text where she explained and tells everybody that she had the gun where they searched the house and the house she hid it from in the police. So, police said there was also ammunition found during the search of the Garner apartment, the one that was on Johnson Street.
Here, and you'll see the 40-year-old medical technician from Clayton. She faces charges of kidnapping, involuntary servitude, and assault. She's accused of not allowing a now 61-year-old woman to leave this house on Mansour Court in Raleigh, where allegedly the woman was forced to cook and clean without pay. Prosecutors say Thorpe also threatened to kill the victim and failed to render aid after burning both of the woman's arms back in April of 2023.
This is a situation where the victim suffers from a mental illness and entered into an agreement to live with this defendant. Eventually, it turned into an involuntary servitude situation where she wasn't allowed to leave.
December 2023, at an apartment here on Johnson Street in Garner, Saquanna Thorpe, according to warrants, held 2 women at gunpoint and threatened to harm them if they ever locked another door in Saquanna's home. And the prosecutors say some parts were caught on home surveillance video. Saquanna Thorpe's next court date is set for August 26.
Last thing, it says Thorpe has an extensive criminal history as evidence in 22 mugshots of her dating back to the early 2000s. The charges range from assault with a deadly weapon, breaking and entering, child abuse, and cocaine distribution, and now the kidnapping charge. Her next court date is set for August 26th. So yeah. Oh, I also forgot to say she is on a $250,000 bond. So that probably, in her situation, what she been through, it ain't looking good. So first say this is some nut shit. I mean, honestly, like I said, we see what she was trying to get out of it. Basically, she was trying to get free living and things of that sort. I don't know how official Saquanna's medical technician thing is. I don't know if she, went to a community college and got certified for it or whatever it is. But I'm not understanding exactly why that woman chose to, trust her like that. As well as, even though, she did say she blocked it out, where was the woman's family? If she is, suffering from, issues that she felt she needed a caretaker, where is the rest of the woman's family at to, understand and see that this situation is right? I understand that she is blocking it out, but why is she allowed to do this? Because if she was already, if she was 59 at the time, it's not like she just got these issues today, what I'm saying. So obviously, she's been dealing with these issues. I would think somebody in her family would be, her caretaker or, something that would know something was up or, So I'm trying to understand exactly where's her family, because she, like I said, she's 61 years old now. It's not the first time. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with that and why she exactly trusted Thorpe so much. And also as well as why, if she trusted, if she had somebody there for her, she would be able to look into her extensive history and be like, okay, baby, this is not the type of person I trust. Because like I said, she has an extensive history. She even made basically national news, because I seen even a Chicago news story reporting the story I'm about to tell y'all now. And this is in Raleigh still. So this is from July 15th, 2019, the article is from. They said officers said 34-year-old Saquanna Thorpe was using her room at the budgeted inn suites in downtown Raleigh to sell and store cocaine. She was arrested after reportedly selling drugs out of the hotel room where she and her 1-year-old were living. On April 12th, officers executed a search warrant in the hotel room on New Bern Avenue where Thorpe and her baby was living. So back to the South Side thing. New Bern Avenue's dead on the South Side. If she get that budget in a hotel on the South Side, bro, no comment. During the search, officers found her to be in possession of more than 7 grams of cocaine, 2 digital scales, and plastic baggies. Also said Thorpe gave her officer a false name and date of birth for her child during the interview. Said Thorpe was arrested Saturday and faces multiple charges, including misdemeanor child abuse, possession with intent to sell, distribute cocaine, and to keep and maintain a vehicle, dwelling, or other place for use of storage of a controlled substance. So
Raleigh woman accused of selling drugs around her 1-year-old child. This is a story lots of you are checking out right now on ABC11.com. Raleigh police arresting Saquanna Thorpe on drug and misdemeanor child abuse charges. They say she was storing and selling cocaine out of the same hotel room that she was living in with her children. At last check, Thorpe was at the Wake County Jail.
I read in the last article, she was, obviously convicted of this, but she clearly got out. I mean, in all honesty, yeah, she might have, caught a cocaine charge, but I'm not even gonna lie to you. 7 grams? What's she doing with that? I ain't gonna lie, you get a little, I don't know. I know coke work different than weed and stuff, but 7 grams I don't think that's still not a lot of, coke when it comes, if you're gonna be a dealer and really make a profit off it. So, obviously she wasn't gonna get too much time, 7 grams. And she, she could have told him the person she got it from, but I don't think she did, because she just out here still living crazy. Living crazy. So, another thing that I was able to find on the internet, I found a time where she was actually shot. And this is from 2012, April as well. So April just don't be a good month for her. So it said it happened at 9 p.m. at Hayward and Carbass Street, which is also downtown Raleigh. Police said 28-year-old Saquanna Thorpe was rushed to the hospital after being shot in the buttocks and hip, but it did not appear she suffered life-threatening injuries. Obviously, we know because she's still alive today. Said police did not release a description of a gunman, nor arrests have been have been made. So, just being honest, just because of the life she's living. Like I said, she already had an extensive back sheet and things of that sort. I mean, a rap sheet and things of that sort. She probably was the intended target. Now, what the question is, what exactly was she doing to do all this? But I don't know. I don't know. But I will say I found basically this thing of her extensive addresses and things of that sort. It seems like she damn near ain't never lived in the same place twice. But obviously I'm not gonna do all that because it's doxing somebody. But that I'm just saying, a lot of things, are very interesting about this woman's life. But these are a lot of things that, even though they are interesting, they should have been red flags for the woman who was taking that agreed for her to be her caregiver. Now, I'm not trying to blame the woman that, because obviously, like I said, she has some type of issues that she feels the need to have a caregiver, or somebody around her feels the need to have a caregiver. But I just don't understand where was the proper, hey, let's check up on this, let's check up on that. Like, it's just something ain't right about it. It's like I don't know. I'm trying to understand why people agree to this, but yeah, it's a very crazy situation. I mean, she done went from kidnapping niggas, selling coke with her 1-year-old, a bunch of shit. Like, it's just, she's wild as hell. And then now I'm thinking about it, she has a child. And if they was 1 in 2019, that mean they only like 8. So where's her child at during all this? So who is the father? Yo, she's living a nut ass life, and now she finna go to jail again. So, bruh, let me look up her charges though, cause she is already a repeater, like a very much a repeat offender. Let me say that. It's not even like she didn't do nothing. She's a repeat offender. But let me charge her one more time. So that's a class F felony. And then you have felony, that's also a class F felony. Both have a maximum period of 59 months, which is about 5 years. So if she is convicted of both, she can get at the max about 10 years. And, she is a repeat offender, so she probably will be, going around, around that area of the 10. As well as, they have, some evidence. Obviously they have a live witness. A live witness is never well. And the text messaging thing, so, and, like I said, she just, she's been living like this. So she probably will end up getting 10 years. I don't even know what to say to her, but yeah, shit. That's really all I gotta say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. ID TikTok bottom video, and we out.